right. So we are ready for the first sharing sessions. We'll now have to wait just a bit so that the multimedia team can provide the experience for our viewers on YouTube. So yes, SEATRAMS is live streamed. You can go tell your colleagues everywhere to tune in and tell your family to watch your sessions and so on, all via Transport for Jakarta's YouTube channel. Okay, the first session, we will be learning from the government and public transport operators. So, pardon me. As the stakeholders having significant powers and decision-making capability on hand, they obviously play a huge role in wayfinding across Southeast Asian cities. We will invite the following speakers on stage. First up, we will take a look at the host country, where PlanMalaysia, represented by Hamaddah binti Ramle, will share about the organization's role in urban design, wayfinding, as well as first and last mile connectivity. We would like to invite her on stage, please. Following that, we'll move on to Indonesia, where we'll take a look on how integrated transit networks handle passenger information. LRT Jakarta will be represented by Fasubkhanali, or Ali, who will tell us more about the JakLingko integrated wayfinding concept. Please come on stage as well and have a seat. Going back to Malaysia, we have the Majlis Bandaraya, or the City Council of Shah Alam, represented by Azizah binti Wakijan, who will share insights about their city. Please come on stage and have a seat. Lastly, another speaker from Jakarta will follow, where from MITJ, represented by Roykhan Bawazir, he will tell us more about how wayfinding also intersects heavily with a city's branding and commercial sustainability, specifically by how naming rights blend with transit information. Roykhan Bawazir, or Roy, please come on stage. So, as with all of these sharing sessions that we will be doing over the next few days, for brevity, we will immediately begin the sessions and do that back to back. So, the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you. So, I just presented my paper? Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you, Chairman. Okay, good morning, everyone. Selamat datang ke Kuala Lumpur. To everybody, I'm delighted to join fellow operators, advocates and cities from across Southeast Asia. My name is Hamaddah from PlanMalaysia, the Department of Town and Country Planning under the Ministry of Housing and Local Government. I'm sure most of you here today run buses and trains. We do something different. We plan the cities those buses and trains serve, and that is exactly what my title covers. So our role in urban design, wayfinding, and first mile and last mile connectivity. So over the next 10 minutes, I will take those three elements in turn, frame around three questions. First, what is PlanMalaysia's role in urban design and wayfinding? Second, what challenges do our local authorities, which is we call here PBTs, face in delivering a good pedestrian and wayfinding experience for transit users? And third, what we are actually doing about it, including a first mile, last mile study that will be conducted by PlanMalaysia later this year. So let me start the scene with the three numbers. Next. Malaysian public transportation is a genuine upswing. Rapid KL averaged 1.31 million passengers a day in 2025, 11% higher than 2024, and New Year Eve set an all-time record of 1.36 million. So, but model share in Klang Valley still hover around 20%. 4 out of 5 trips are still by private vehicle. So, why the gap? So, our view as planner is that a large part of the answer sit in the last 400 to 800 meters, which is the walk. We have invested billion in rail, yet the journey between the front door and the station gate is often unsafe, uncomfortable, and confusing. That working radius is exactly where urban design, wayfinding, and first mile, last mile planning matters. So, what is PlanMalaysia role? Next. We are the Federal Town and Country Planning Agency under the Ministry of Housing and Local Government, operating under Act 172. We work at 4 levels. At the top, National Spatial Policy, the National Physical Plan, and the National Urbanization Policy commit Malaysia to compact transit supportive cities. Second, statutory development plan. Every local plan and spatial area plan can zone higher density around station and safeguard pedestrian route. This is where TOD become legally binding. Third, our planning guideline, which local authorities apply every time they approve a development. And fourth, research and indicator under the purview of my units. Where we have system we call MuniNet to measure the sustainability of our cities. So, where does wayfinding actually live in the Malaysian planning system? Not in one document, but embedded across a family of national guidelines. The TOD guideline from 2018 require walkable catchment and direct legible access to station. The pedestrian walkway implementation guide set standard for continuity, crossing, and resolving pedestrian vehicle conflict. Universal design guideline mandate tactile guiding block and ramps to access for person with disabilities, the elderly, and children in a design requirement, not an afterthought. The Safe City program address lighting and natural surveillance because wayfinding is also about feeling safe enough to walk. The Green Neighborhood Guideline plan neighborhood around the 400 meters walking unit. And just last year, our new low carbon and climate resilient city guideline made active mobility part of the newest national planning circular. The key point is, in Malaysia, this standard bite at development approval stage, and that is our leverage point. What challenges do our local authority face? Let me honest about the institutional layer first, because I think many cities in this room will recognize it. First, fragmented ownership. A single 500-meter walk to a station can across land belonging to the local authority, the Federal Public Work Department, a highway concessionaire, the rail operators, and private owner. So nobody owned the whole journey. Second, money. Funding flow to big projects such as station, road, while footpaths, signage, and lighting compete for thin municipal operating budget, and maintenance is chronically underfunded. Third, there is no share wayfinding language. Every operators and each of our 155 local authority sign independently, so the commuter meet in consistent name, symbols, and maps that every interchange. And fourth, capacity. Very few PBT have urban design or wayfinding expertise in-house, and utility companies repeatedly dig up completed walkway. So, and here is what those institutional problems look like on the ground from the user point of view. Next. Broken link. Walkway that simply stop, missing crossing, physical barrier. Safety after dark, which poor lighting and conflict with vehicle, which surprises walking, especially among women. Our tropical climates, 30+ degrees and sudden downpour mean that Malaysia shade and shelter are not amenities, they are infrastructures. Vulnerable users are hit hardest. Focus group research in Kuala Lumpur found person with disability rate public transport facilities, services, and safety negatively across the board. Then everyday obstruction, park car and motorcycle on footpath, and the one I want to highlight is the number 6. Most local authority have no inventory of first mile and last mile condition and no user experience evidence. Without data, they cannot prioritize and they cannot make the investment case. The last gap is exactly what our new study is designed to fix, which bring me to the next slide. Okay, so what are we doing about it? 4 things. Moving from framework to delivery. First, we are making TOD statutory, embedding transit supportive densities and protected pedestrian network directly into local plan and special area plan across all 155 local authorities. Second, we measure what matters. Our Monument indicator system is now being consolidated into the Malaysian Urban Sustainability Framework, where accessibility and mobility are core dimensions of the framework. Third, our Safe City and Healthy City program tackle the safety and comfort side of the walking experience. But the initiative I want to share with this workshop is the fourth one, an urban solution study on first mile, last mile user experience that PlanMalaysia going to execute this year. The study takes a micro-planning approach. Next. We zoom into 400 and 800 meter catchment of selected transit nodes and evaluate the journey through the eyes of the user. 4 components. 1, walkability audit in the field. Continuity, crossing, lighting, it's a design and collision risk hotspot. 2, GIS network analysis to map real walking distance and identify physical barrier, not just straight line ready. 3, user experience research, survey interviews, behavior observation with deliberately focus on children, the elderly, and person with disability. And 4, the part I think is genuinely new for Malaysia at this scale, a cost-benefit analysis comparing the time, cost, and evidence of the same journey by the car versus by public transport. So, and note the bottom line, wayfinding, lighting, and traffic calming are explicit intervention categories in the study recommendation. So, the theme of this workshop fit directly into it. Where we do this? Okay, 5 pilot notes next. 5 pilot notes in Klang Valley chosen to represent very different first mile, last mile condition. LRT Ampang, a major terminus with around 300,000 rider a month. The Kajang interchange, where MRT meets KTM at around 160,000 rider monthly. Stadium Kajang Station and historic Kajang Town Centre. The Jalan Reko Bus Terminal serving the Bangi Kajang Corridor. And LRT's Lembah Subang, which we choose specifically for its connection to public housing community. On the right are the deliverable, a comprehensive first mile, last mile pedestrian improvement plan, a full facilities inventory and database, accessibility map with priority hotspot, origin, destination, and mode choice analysis backed by cost-benefit evidence, and a phased action plan that local authorities and operators can actually implement. The ambition is that this become a replicable national methodology. Any of the 155 PBTs should be able to apply it. Let me close with 3 takeaways. Next. First, plan the walk, not just the line. Wayfinding and the pedestrian experience have to be embedded in statutory plan and development approval standard. That is where planners like us who real leverage, and it costs a fraction of new rail. Second, evident unlock investment. The reason footpaths and signage lose in budget is that nobody has data. User experience research and cost-benefit analysis turn them into fundable, prioritized project. And third, no single agency own the journey. The first and the last mile crosses planners, operators, local authorities, utilities, and advocates, many of whom are also I I think in this room. Okay, by that, thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's a real pleasure for me to be here with you, and thank you for having me and this morning. Before I start, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Ali. I work for Service Department at LRT Jakarta. Today, I would love to share about something that we're really proud of. It's a wayfinding concept that already implemented in Jakarta, especially at LRT Jakarta. Next. Let me start with a little about who we are. LR Jakarta is part of Jakpro Group. Jakpro is our holding company. We've been around since 16 April 2018, and we were established as a rail operator. And we open our doors to passengers on 1st December 2019. And now our network, the phase A line is about 5.8 kilometers. It runs from Pegangsaan 2 to Velodrome with 6 stations doing the way along the way, and we are excited about what's coming next. Hopefully, in next month, in August 2026, we can open our next phase, the first B. It stretches our line from Velodrome to Manggarai, adding 5 more stations and bring us around 12.2 kilometers. Next. Now, let me take you back a little before 2022 in Jakarta about our wayfinding. Maybe Mr. Yasin already saw us how a different our wayfinding for every operators. And Airport Jakarta has had one style, Transjakarta had another, and also we, LR Jakarta, had our own. And wasn't just about the name sign. It's run through the whole network. All the wayfinding we have a different style and concept, so it doesn't feel seamless to passengers when they travel with public transport in Jakarta. It feels like you need to learn 3 different languages when you travel with public transport in Jakarta. Next. And thankfully, our government recognized this issue by release the government rules. And as I know, this got lines and also the regulation. It's get help from the ITDP and also our friend Transport for Jakarta. Thank you for help. And in 2022, our government released the government decree of DKI Jakarta number 31 of 2022. It lays out clear comprehensive guidelines for transit wayfinding. And just like that, every operators and stakeholder finally had one shared standard to follow across the whole city. Okay, next. So what's actually inside that regulation? It covers the essentials, the color, the typography, the pictograms, and transit line icons. It asks all of us to use exactly the same building blocks, and so the whole network feels like one connected experience to our customers. And here's the part I really like. These guidelines were just made up internally. They follow the international standard, especially for emergency and safety. Science is referred the ISO 7010, and ISO also there's a copy, the hard copy in on the table. So maybe after this session, we can also read the guidelines to learn it more. Next. At Jakarta, we take this guideline seriously. We decide to design it by ourselves, and also we do the quality control for our products. We make sure the wayfinding and the signage already product with good product, and also for the installment, it's also matters. It's we put the sign exactly where people need to make a decision, so they can find their way almost without thinking about it. And of the day. We simply want to help people so every commuters can enjoy a smooth, easy journey and above all with LRT Jakarta. So we've got the guidelines. What's next? We follow them. Yeah, of course it should, but it's always simple. It's not simple. But every designer maybe have a different concept when they saw the guidelines. We can see that the first is Transjakarta station, and second is our LRT Jakarta station, and the third is at MRT Jakarta station. We follow the same guidelines, but the output maybe have still a little bit different, but not much. We still on the track. We still follow the guidelines. So if you try to public transport in Jakarta, if you can learn and read the LRT Jakarta wayfinding and signage, you can also read and learn and also understand the other wayfinding. And also, we always to learn from every feedback from our customer, and also if we find the better concept, a better design for a better experience for our customers, we learn it and also we adapt it for a better experience. Next. Okay. And the result today, wayfinding across Jakarta, especially among the region-owned operators, looks almost the same everywhere. That means locals and overseas visitors alike can find their way to easy. Sure, there are tiny differences here and there, but they're barely noticeable. If you can read LRT Jakarta signs, you feel right at home with MR Jakarta or Transjakarta sign. This carries over the integrated map as well. Maybe before Mr. Yasin show us, we have a same integrated map. So if you find an integrated map at LRT Jakarta, you can also find it in every station of MR Jakarta and Trans Jakarta shelter. Okay, next. So let me wrap up the three things that made all this work can successfully implemented. First, the regulation. This is where it starts. Everyone plays the same legal framework and know exactly which standard to meet, especially who want you to rule. Private company or government-owned operator, it makes no difference. In this case, this legal regulation is control and regulate the public transport operators owned by our government. And the second, the design. The design and regulation go hand in hand. The guidelines books give every operator something solid to learn, so the concept, typography, and icons align up. One look, one feel. And the third, the collaboration. Honestly, the first two mean very little without this one. Every operator, every stakeholders has to share the same goal, to serve people well, not just by running the trains, but by giving them clear information. So, in the end, who really wins here? Our commuters, the public, everyone who counts on public transport to get through their way. And to keep this going, we simply have to keep learning from each other anytime, anywhere. Let me leave you with one last talk. Public transport is all about connecting people, and our information should do exactly the same. When we work together, we can give our passengers a truly seamless experience before, during, and after every journey. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here with you to share about what Shalom has been done. Maybe it's not much, but I'm happy also why it held today in KL or in Malaysia because of the LRT3. Okay, everyone is welcome to try the LRT3. Whatever comment, please email me. Don't put in the social media. because we've been facing this about 2 weeks since the LRT opened. We heard a lot. We welcome all the comments, but please email to me. Okay. Next. A little bit about Shah Alam. Maybe some of you are not familiar with Shah Alam. Where is Shah Alam? Shah Alam located in the state of Selangor. It's actually the capital city of Selangor. About 303 kilometer square. Okay, next. Okay, the population is about 800,000, and we have 66 sections. And actually, Shah Alam is a living area. I think Malaysia, all the people would like to stay in Shah Alam. I don't know why. Maybe more not so hectic, but it's a pleasant place to stay. Okay, so next. Okay. In transportation, we know there's a lot of policies. We have, because Malaysia have a 3 stage of government. We have federal, we have state, and me from local government, Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam. So all the policies are made to have, I think each of the policy is trying to make the public transportation is the best choice for the urban mobility. So it's a bit pressure for us at the local level to translate all the policies to implement. I think my friend here, okay, Puan also from the federal. There's a lot of policy we made, but we're trying hard to fulfill or to achieve whatever the government policy has been decided. Okay, next. So this is how people move in Shah Alam. There's one new modes there, LRT3. We have commuter, we have bus, and of course at the first and last mile we encourage the public active transportation, and we also have a demand responsive transit, which is quite famous now. It's a demand transit like Grab, but more affordable, because the different concept of it's like a van. Like, I think everybody is familiar with that. Okay, next. Okay, I'm not focusing on the LRT or MRT, but since MBSA is conducting, or we are serving public with the free buses, so Shah Alam is providing about 44 buses serving 12 routes currently. It's a free bus. We have now one route with the electric bus for buses, and this is the bus or the public transport connectivity that we translate into the plan. So we can see that all are connected, but maybe the issue will be the first and last mile, since everybody know, right? So we have 12 route, 44 buses, 190,000 passengers per month, and 12,000 trips per month. This is only for under the local authority, the free buses, not the company like Rapid and everything. This is under us, MBSA. We spend about 16 million a year on the bus, so please ride the bus. We provide the service. Okay, next. Okay, about the wayfindings, I think like PBT, we are more focusing on connecting the places, the schools, public amenities. So what we have now from bus services perspective, we have our seats. This is a Selangor Intelligent Transport System. That's how we give the information to the riders when the bus will coming, where the nearest bus stop you can go and get the bus, so you can manage your journey. And this currently we are upgrading the system, enhancing the system, so make the system more informative, and it's easier for us to monitor the bus actually. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, since like I said, we are focusing more to the infrastructure. Besides of the wayfinding using the signages and everything, we are provide the infrastructure to support our services, especially the bus services. So next. Okay, what we have here is we have 1 terminal and 3 hubs for the bus, managing the 752 bus stop, 219 is a bus pool. Okay, we can see each of the bus stop we have the map, not really a map, it's a sign that showing you where you are and which stop and where's your destination. There's a bus pool there. Every of the bus stop there is a bus pool. So from the pool we upgrade to the bus stop, and in the future we are already done our survey to give each of the bus stop a QR. So every bus stop information you can just scan, and you will know which bus will pass the bus stop, and every identity of the bus everything was there, will be there. Next. Okay, there's another very important infrastructure that we think to help the to make people use the public transport, especially the children. So this is before and after we do the upgrading of the pedestrian for the kids to access to the schools. Next. This is also the crossing that we made and we designed at the, if someone familiar with Shah Alam, there is a, before this we crossed the Persiaran with a high speed lane, and we make the pedestrian walk with the signalized. Next. Okay, this is also our micromobility lane that support the connectivity to the transit or to the bus stop. This is in section 7. This is to encourage people to use the active transportation. We have 3 or 4 phases of micromobility lane. Currently, we are in the phase 3, and coming, since the LRT is ready, we are moving into the next phase in section 13, which is the LRT station stadium. Okay, next. So I just want to share, in doing the micromobility lane, we are not doing in silo actually. We are engaged with the schools, with the community. We have the FGD, and to get, instead of the wayfinding that we prepared, they know where they want to go. Okay, next. This is the proposed. This is the example we do with the public, with the community. So we get where they want to go, then only we design the micromobility lane. Next. This is after the lane is ready, so the children go to school by bicycle and more safe. Next. This is another project, the covered micromobility lane connecting the office to the LRT Datuk Menteri. Quite, not really far, but we need the covered to the nearest LRT station. Next. I think that's all that I can share with you all. From the perspective of local authority, we are more preparing or the infrastructure to connect more to connecting to the station or to the nearest public transportation hub. Thank you.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Maybe I need better to stand up because I will like saying like this make me feel pain. Sorry. Selamat siang. Halo. My name is Roy from MITJ. Um, a lot of experts here. Thank you very much. And MITJ, I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. It's my first time here. Yeah, I'm from Jakarta, but the immigration officer in Kuala Lumpur said I'm supposed to be from Arabian or Indian. It's the first time I see immigration officer had the jokes. So yeah, I love Malaysia. Uh, Today I will talk about designing movement and creating value. I'm an architect working in not public transport operator, but a joint venture. Maybe next joint venture between two greatest, biggest train operator in Jakarta, which is MRT, underground train, and also commuter train at the right side. With two mandates to managing integrated railway and also developing the TOD in Jakarta itself. Before discussing about naming rights or branding in wayfinding, I will talk about how spatial urban design makes wayfinding easier, even before people read the sign. Just like Yasin said, usually wayfinding, we think about the wayfinding at the end of the process. But I think as an architect, we need to think wayfinding first, and then we design the infrastructure. Thank you very much. Next, yeah, designing wayfinding starts at the architecture design stage, the conceptual stage. Next. This is my first ever project. This is Duku Atas TOD, connecting LRT station to commuter station. Maybe in Kuala Lumpur, Duku Atas is like Ampang. Yes, Ampang is a lot of train station, but it connect between unpaid area to unpaid area. So we need to crossing in between the station. Designing this, I'm separating the level between station and retail. This is multifunction sky bridge, contents of retail and connecting station. So before designing this bridge, I will think about the wayfinding first. Where is the connecting doors to the LRT, to the commuter, and then I make the retails in between the side. So maybe next. Yeah, this is the process. I'm plotting the wayfinding first, and then make a mock-up to make sure that the scale is good for human scale. Next. Yeah, this is the result. Now it used for our average maybe like 50,000 people each day crossing this sky bridge. Maybe next. The next is I usually do in it become trends in Jakarta. We convert car oriented to pedestrian oriented. We convert car to pedestrian. This is Duku Atas MRT station. Maybe still same like Ampang station here. We make a road diet. This vision, I would like to make a public space with the wayfinding at the center. So wayfinding it can become a center point of the public spaces. And then this is the project we made for 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, and daily commuters here is the traffic is around 120,000 people each day crossing to transit between MRT station to commuter station. Next. Yeah, this is similar to the MRT Duku Atas, before this slide. We make a better infrastructure to create a better wayfinding. We convert road into the pedestrians. The left one, I'm also inspired to the Ampang street. They make a red covered pathway with a black covered walkway. It's nice to implement in Tibet Tebet commuter station in south of Jakarta with wayfinding is now become popular to the citizens. The right side is Pasar Senen commuter station. Before it was a road, and after we make a pedestrian, it become a public space for crossing, for event, for a meeting point. Pasar Senen, not Pasar Seni. This in Kuala Lumpur have Pasar Seni. We have a Pasar Senen. Next. Yeah, this, and then what I feel happy, the wayfinding is become a good spot. Now maybe people set an Instagrammable spot. The left side is UK minister when they walk in the Duku Atas in the public space. They want let us take a photos there. Okay, okay. They want to take a photos the UK minister in the wayfinding, and the right side also. Every day people take a photos here. I feel happy because maybe they can make their gangster group to using public transport. It promoting public transport in the other way maybe. Next. Okay, next we discuss about branding in wayfinding between Jakarta and Kuala Lumpur. Okay, let me have a question. Which one is implemented in Jakarta? The top side or the bottom side? Top side? Bottom? Top? Bottom? Okay, good answer. The answer is yes, the bottom side. The difference between Jakarta and Kuala Lumpur is not allowed to make your logo there. Yeah, I know it's good money for the PTO, right? For the operator. But what Ali and Yasin said, we have a guidelines. So we need to stick with the guidelines. Next one. How about this? Left side. This is exterior in the body of the station. Left side or the right side? Yeah, you know the answer because of the previous slide, right? Okay, the answer is yes, absolutely. It's not allowed to create your logo to the station. This is Grab, Lebak Bulus Grab. Grab want to take a naming rights to the station because the green body of the station. They said like this is similar to our branding company. Okay, you can take this. Next. Yeah, this is very interesting, full color and full right. The picture I take this picture yesterday of very colorful brand is implement in Laluan Kajang line pavilion. They can use their brand, their colors in the naming station. Even not Samsung but Samsung Galaxy. They implement in Tun Razak Exchange. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting stage. The brand will be happy for this, but in Jakarta, you're not allowed to take your brands to the wayfinding. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the expense is good, right? Also, we have an expense. I will discuss the next slide, please. Yeah, this become a trend. This is a bus stop in Jakarta becoming trends to make a branding, and this we usually packaging the naming rights, business to branding in bus stop or branding in Skybridge. I will see Bandaraya UOB, yes. They make a Skybridge to UOB stickers, UOB, and it's similar to us. We make a package. You cannot take your logo to the wayfinding, but you can have a package in other side. So we can have a good expense also. Yeah, becoming trends. I don't know this is good or not. Maybe because this is good expense. At the first stage, I don't like this is too colorful and make people maybe confused. Where's the bus stop? I just see Garnier brand or every brands here at the first stage. I don't agree with this, but when I see the money, okay, it's good for the operator. And then I'm just make sure and the they don't forget the wayfinding, the signage and everything. So next, yeah, they still commit to put the wayfinding and the map at the at their branding. If they don't want to take the branding, we can have a good cooperation. So I don't know if this is good or bad, this is right or no. We can discuss later. Thank you.
Check, check. Okay.